Hi, hello, and welcome back, my dear friends. So, today it's your Nawaz Sharif back with a new content. So, today we are going to speak about the accommodations in Lille. So, before which, let me tell you that I am a student here at ESEG School of Management in Lille, and I have moved from India to France to study my third year of education here in ESEG because I've done my previous education in Loyola College, which is an integration course of 2 years in Loyola and the third year here at ESEC. So I chose the Lille campus, and let me tell you about the accommodations here in Lille. So, okay, starting with the price ranges is that it depends totally upon whether you want a studio or you want a shared apartment. So a studio typically would cost about 550 or even from 500 to 700, 750, and totally depends upon if it's private or private one, or if it's government proposed or any other accommodation. So let me tell about my accommodation. I have chosen to live in a studio apartment which costs me 650 for my rent, 650 for my rent, and electricity is an additional cost, so I had to apply separately for my electricity, which typically comes up to 30 to 35 every month, and along with which is you have to pay for your own laundry. So here at Les Otidines is the accommodation that I live in, Gambetta. So they cost me for about 7 euros for every time that I do my laundry. So typically my overall rent comes up to 700 along with which is my rent and my electricity along with my laundry expenses. So it comes up to 700 for me separately. But the mistake that I did is delaying my accommodation. I would suggest you guys to do the accommodation searching as soon as possible. Maybe start from the month of April, May, if you are coming for the September intake. I delayed my accommodation till the month of August. That is, if I came here to France on 10th of August and I got this accommodation fixed only on August 7th. So I would honestly recommend you guys to get done with this accommodation before itself, well ahead. And a lot of people who didn't get their accommodation had to stay in Airbnb and spend up to 50 euros per day. So I would highly recommend that you get done with your accommodation as sooner as possible. And if you want to move into a shared apartment, which can be with, for example, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, and even up to 8 to 10 people, that totally depends upon the accommodation that you choose to. That can also come up to, it can start from 450 to 700, which is which totally depends upon where you move upon to. So typically my friends who live in the shared pay for about 450 to 550. 551 has to be the best as far as I know, because he has got his own separate individual bathroom, his own separate room with everything which is furnished, which is obviously, the kitchen would be shared and the hall would be shared. But yeah, it's a good deal for 550, I believe. And it also totally depends upon the area that you choose to. Talking about the areas, I would honestly suggest Gambetta to be the best one so far according to my experience, because I live in Gambetta and my proximity to everything that I want is very, very, very close. So for example, if I want to go to buy grocery, right below is Carrefour for me. I can just go down and get whatsoever I want. If I want to go to butchery, I can go right away and I can get the halal butchery over there. And if I want to go to buy any, the markets, which is called the Wazemmes market, which is very famous here in Lille, to buy, everything that you can even imagine of about the second-hand products. You can buy housing products, you can buy vegetables, you can buy fruits, you can buy meat, you can buy fish, and every other thing over here in Wazemmes market, which takes place every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So from my house to Wazemmes market is just 2 minutes. So right below is the Wazemmes market. So I think Gambetta and even the university is just a kilometer walk for me. And if I get down from my accommodation, it's the Gambetta metro stop. It comes out of the yellow line. So yeah, I think it's the best spot that you can choose your accommodation. If not Gambetta, where could be a question. So I think that Cormontaigne could be a good option, or if you even want, Vauban could be a good option, because ESEG is in Vauban. For the BIB students, it's very, very, very easy. And talking about the areas that could not be suggested is Porte de Douai Wazemmes, okay, it's okay, but not much recommended. And even Porte de Douai is not much recommended according to my suggestion, because obviously it takes a long time for all these areas. It takes quite a long time for you to travel to your university, and obviously in winter time it's going to be a disturbance and problem for you to walk a long way, because the temperature falls up to even -5. Today is about, I think, I think about 8 degrees, which is actually a good deal. I mean, good because a few days before we experienced -2 and it started snowing and we had to go in all the cold wearing the puffer jackets and about 3 layers, I believe. So yeah, just make sure that your accommodation is very closer, or at least a 1 kilometer proximity from the university, so that you don't find any difficulties or you don't have to leave an hour before the university timings, because a few days you can have your classes at 8 a.m. and you don't want to leave the home at I think 6:30 or 7 o'clock. I leave my home at 7:30 or 7:40 when I have my universities at 8 o'clock, so it just takes me 20 minutes to walk from here. So yeah, just be very, very clear. Consider all of these factors before you choose your accommodation. And websites to find your accommodation. The only website that I could say is very trustable is Studapart, which is recommended by our own university, ESEG. It's a partner platform as well. So I think Studapart is the only trustable platform that you can check upon the studios or shared apartments in. You can keep searching for everywhere. I mean, based upon your locality or based upon your budget and everything. So yeah, you should be very careful of the scams that could happen, because beyond Studapart, there was 3 of my friends in my own classmates who got scammed through few other websites that they got through suggestions of the ChatGPT. They booked the apartment, they paid the prepayment, and at the end, the owner did not respond to them. I think they got scammed for about 500 euros each. So I wouldn't suggest you guys to go anywhere beyond Studapart, or you can go to the specific websites of these institutions. For example, how I got my accommodation is I kept applying in Studapart, but I couldn't get any response from these accommodation people, because it was pretty late for me to get the accommodation. I kept searching in the month of May and August. So every day I used to get a response that no, it's gone and it's already rented out. So what I did was I went on to Google Maps, searched for student residences in Lille, and I got 3 websites, and I applied to all of these 3 studios that came up, and I found this Les Atuddin to be a good option, because obviously there's a market just near me, and proximity to everything is very close from this accommodation in specific. So I applied and I did get it in just 2 days of span, and yeah, I think that only through these websites you should go up to and not get scammed for all of these. And speaking about one very important thing is the accommodation of all Cathos. So all Catho accommodations are basically the accommodations that are provided by the Catholic University of Lille, which you can even consider to be the government provided residences. If you want to apply to these residences and they are very safe, you can surely apply to these websites, to this specific website. You should apply in the month of April or May itself, and this is totally based upon their own calculations of accommodation. You may not get accommodated as well, but giving this a try is the most. You can choose your accommodation based upon your preference. The very important thing is this studio is not any shared. You can choose whether you want kitchen, you want a washroom, or you just want a room. So I would recommend you get your own washroom and your own kitchen if you want in these all Catho, because otherwise it's going to be a very big issue. Because one of my friends who got allocated just a room had to go for the shared washrooms and a shared kitchen. Her room is in the 6th floor and the shared accommodation is, the shared kitchen is in the ground floor. She has to walk all the way from 6th floor to the ground floor all the way if she has to cook. And it's a shared bathroom, so I wouldn't recommend that. So I think it's better that you choose that and apply well ahead in the month of April or May itself. And they are pretty reasonable. I think it falls within 400, 500 and maximum of 550, and it's a good deal. And be very careful of which accommodations that you choose. They have the you can choose your preferences. That is, you can give your 5 preferred residences, and I think Saint Omer, Saint Michel, and a few of them are very good according to my view. And yeah, majority of these accommodations would charge you a small amount, which is for your application to be processed, which is the application fee. I think they would charge you for your visit to the rooms, regardless of whether you visit or no. They would charge you, and they would charge you for all these small fees. I'm not really sure of them, but they would charge you a small amount, which can come up to 250 to 300 based upon which residency that you apply to. And if you are applying for studio, this is a very important thing that you should know, because I didn't know, none of my seniors told me, none of other of my classmates knew about this, and we had a very huge problem regarding this. If you're moving into a studio, you should be very clear about applying yourself to an electricity board. If you are applying for a studio, you will never have electricity by its own over here when you arrive. So when we arrived, me and my friend Sinju had a very huge problem with this. So basically, you will get your house, you will get everything, but you will not have electricity if you're choosing to stay in a studio. So you will have to apply your own electricity, and electricity here in France is very complicated because it's privatized. There's no government providing the electricity, it's all privatized, and there are 5 major electricity providers here in France. So EDF is one of the best providers, and I'm getting it from EDF. I don't know if they are the best, but it's the one that we all use majority here. And you have to call them up, call the English line and speak to them, and you should get the electricity done. And I would suggest that you don't do it in the weekends, because weekends they don't do the subscription, and you'll have to wait for so long. And I believe that it's very important that you do well prior that you land here in France, or on the day of you landing here itself. And you should call them up, say that I need this, and I stay here, and you should submit the specific documents that they ask for. For example, the residence permit, the visa, and a few other documents that I would list down in the description. And you should send them those documents and explain your situation. That is, for example, you are staying alone, you don't have any other you should mention all the appliances that you are using. And always opt for the real consumption, not the estimated consumption. Opt for 1 month bill and not for the 2 month bill. And you must speak for yourself here. If you don't speak up, it's going to be a very huge problem. And also opt for the lowest subscription model, because the first month for me the bill came up to 60 euros because I opted for a 2 month, which I didn't actually, which I wasn't aware of, 2 month subscription model, and which is an estimated model. In the estimated model, they charge you for 2 months of your estimated bill. For example, the month that the actual consumption would be 20 euros for me, and they charge you tax over it, which is I think 20%, and they estimate your bill for the next 2 months, and they charge a tax for that as well. So there's going to be a huge deal over this, and it will take you a lot of time to understand this itself. So I would highly recommend that you choose the real consumption and not the estimated consumption. And don't add your card for the direct debit on the EDF website. I would suggest that you look upon to the bill which is provided to you, and if you have any doubts, you can surely call upon them, and I'll add the number below in the description as well. You can call them, ask for the clarity, and you can pay it through your card every time that you get the bill on. And you will get your bill to your mailbox in your residence. So I think it's very important that you read out every single thing that you are getting billed. So the electricity for me every month I get for about 25 to 30 euros. Highly depends upon your consumption. And here the consumption alone is not the matter. Is every day you get charged something called as subscription price. So the subscription price for me is 0.5 2 cents every day, so upon which you will have to pay for your consumption. For example, even if I consume for 10 cents a day, I'll have to pay 0.52 plus the 10 cents, so which is 0.62 for your per day consumption charge. So if you consume for 1.5 euros, 1.5 plus 0.52 cents is what your overall bill is. So be careful about that thing. And if you need any help, any suggestions or any help in finding your accommodation here in Lille, you can surely text me in my Instagram, which is below in the description, or you don't need to hesitate to put a comment upon any doubt or any suggestion that you need in the comment box. And I am it's my pleasure to help you guys in this process. I'll surely help you guys in finding your accommodation. And yeah, I will be uploading content hereafter about all of this to help you guys, the students, that is, you students who are going to move to France to study. And it's my pleasure to help you guys. So surely put your comments or your doubts or your question, anything in the comment box, and you can surely reach out to me personally, even in the Instagram. So thank you. And if you have any suggestions, the content that I must post from your viewpoint to for you to deal with, I am surely available to put the contents as well. So it's your call. Thank you, and see you later with another content. Until then, it's your Nawaz Sharif.